right? If you can still come forward and that feels good, cool, great. Yes. 3 more breaths. Now, those of you doing the seated work, folding forward and going to one side and the other side, etc., if you want to stay a couple more minutes doing that, stay with it. If it's feeling good and you can do more, go. Go, go, go. Otherwise, onto your back, have blocks handy. Have blocks handy and lie all the way down. Draw your right knee into your chest. Bring your right leg to the sky. Flex and point your foot 4 to 8 times slowly, spreading your toes. At some point, you'll hold your flexed foot and you'll pause here in the hamstring stretch. Turn your right side to the right, bend your right knee out, drop your left knee to the left, hold the back of your knee, your ankle, or your foot, going back to the hip opening. Right leg is in half happy baby, left leg is in half supine Baddha Konasana. Letting your left leg turn out this way will help you anchor the back of your pelvis so you don't roll and pull too much to the right. Your next few breaths, work on finishing your exhale, whether you're pausing or not. Work towards finishing the exhalation. Great. Come back through center. Left knee to your chest, left leg to the sky. Slowly flex and point your foot, working through the calf. Four to eight, whatever feels right to you. And when you're finished with that movement pattern, you'll pause and you'll hold the pose. Going back to the hip work, bend your left knee in the direction of your left armpit, hold the back of your knee, ankle or foot, let your right knee drop to the right, opening the inner thigh, hip area. Anchor the back of your pelvis. Breath in, breath out, and come back through center. In some ways, the whole practice has really moved us to this pose. This in the supported pose, it doesn't feel maybe as big as it does when you do it without the blocks. Blocks, if you can, on the medium setting or even the high setting for some of you, it'll just give you a deeper hip opening. We're going to do a whole sort of restorative shoulder stand series idea. So I'll keep giving you some things to go to and you can do them or not do them. This would be restorative bridge with the blocks. Now we can deepen the hip work by drawing our right knee in, exhale, and perhaps reaching your left leg long. Ideally, your left heel is on the floor. Because we're elevated, this gives you a little bit more room to open the front of your hip. So we did this in the beginning of the practice lying flat down. And if you're really tight in your hips, you're going to feel it no matter what. But if you're not too tight, you may not really get a stretching sensation until you add the blocks here. Deep breath in, full breath out. I could also reach right leg to the sky, which is like the variation of shoulder stand. If you're in a full shoulder stand where you're letting your legs come into the splits. In this case, your left leg would be hovering, which you can also do here. This makes it more of an active stretch idea versus keeping your heel down. That gives you more of a passive stretch idea. If you're wondering, well, what should I do? I don't know. You should do the one that feels best to you. Only you can answer that question. Great. Now, from either position, pull your left knee in, reach both legs to the sky. This would be us coming into our shoulder stand for a few breaths. If I turn my toes to the left, this is like doing shoulder stand where you bring your legs all the way back into plow and then you walk your feet to one side. Remember those good old days? Center, turn your feet to the right. So now I'm not risking any neck or upper body stuff from being into a full plow and full neck flexion. I'm still giving my body this idea of a turn, come back through center, drop your left knee to your chest, put your right foot on the mat, start in something soft. Check it out. How does this feel on this side? Perhaps you want to extend your right leg long. Ideally, the foot stays on the floor so that you can be passive and not work hard here in the leg extending. This is called hip extension. Perhaps you want to deepen the pose by reaching your left leg to the sky, which is going to add probably more work or more opening for your left hamstring. And then, of course, you could play with that idea that you would do in a full shoulder stand where you split your legs front to back. You're going to feel abs come on a little bit here. Then you're going to come back up to a full shoulder stand. Another idea that we do in shoulder stand sometimes is bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out. And this one's more active. I'm pressing the balls of my feet in to hold the shape. So this one could be an option. We also do the full straddle sometimes in a full shoulder stand. So you can bring your legs out. And with the blocks, this becomes a lot easier here. Deep breath in, full breath out, and legs come back up through center. Rest your hands, take a few breaths, Viparita Karani or restorative shoulder stand. Often in a true shoulder stand, you counterbalance with fish pose, which is a big back bend. Both those poses have some risks for the neck. So instead of doing that idea, bring your feet back down to supported bridge, which we all can do, and perhaps extend your legs long. This would be a full supported bridge. So full bridge pose ultimately is legs straight with the balls of the feet down. But I think flexing your feet here on the block is better for the low back. You can play around with pointing your feet. You're reaching both of your hips long. You might be able to walk your shoulder blades underneath you to go a little deeper. We're holding for 4, or 3, or 2, and 1. Slide both feet back in. On an exhale, press into your blocks, move them out of your way. I'm going to suggest twisted root stretch, crossing right knee on top of left knee. If that doesn't feel good in your body, do any twist you like. Hips go to the left. So typically, after back bending, we bring the spine, in air quotes, back to neutral by twisting the spine. Now, in the twist, let's do one thing. Only thing we really haven't done is the wrist. So just reach your right arm to the sky and roll your wrist in a lazy kind of way, one direction. And the other direction. You know, they say now that there's these periods of fast aging. I think it's something like 43, which I don't remember. I don't remember that. I remember things, but not that. And then 60, relax. And I've told you this before, but I swear to God, 3 months before I turned 60, unwind. Second side. Things in my body just suddenly felt different. In particular, hips. Shoulder was already happening. Reach left arm to the sky. But the one that I didn't see coming, and I know some of you have it, roll your wrist out, is the wrist thing. And not even when it's weight bearing sometimes, just like all the repetitive typing, things like that. If I'm being honest, playing solitaire on the computer, you didn't hear me say that. I didn't say it. Go the other way. Like, if I'm really being honest, I just would never do it again because I can tell it's feeding into it. But so keeping the wrist limber and mobile is so important. One more. Rest in the twist. Take a couple of breaths. Unwind yourself. Is there anything at all you must do before Shavasana? Whatever it is, do it. I know some of you lately have been preferring to take a seated meditation. If you were loving the attention to the exhale and the pause, bring it with you into seated meditation or Shavasana. If you have the time, continue to rest. If you need to close practice with me, make your way to a seat. If you're seated, inhale, reach your arms to the sky, lift your heart.